Have you ever wondered why a chosen few seem to grow spiritually so quickly and powerfully? Get ready to discover the secrets that most people don't know. The truth may be surprising. It's not about meditating for hours or following famous gurus. There is a hidden key, a counterintuitive technique that can accelerate your spiritual growth in an extraordinary way. And the best part? The results can be felt in a matter of days. I'm James. My own search for meaning and purpose began when I was feeling lost, yearning for a deeper connection with life. On that journey, I learned that there is immense value in sharing experiences and learning from others. Now I'm here to invite you to join this spiritual adventure. If there's an inner voice telling you that there's more to life than the daily grind, join me and subscribe to our channel. Recognizing your divine nature is a crucial step on the spiritual journey. It is an awakening to the realization that you are not just an ordinary human being, but a chosen one with a greater purpose to fulfill in this world. This is not a notion of egotism or superiority, but rather a call to understand and manifest the divinity that resides within you. Since ancient times, the scriptures and the sages have spoken about the divine nature of the human being. In Psalm 82:6, it is said, "You are God's, and all of you children of the Most High." This reminds us that within each of us there is a divine spark, a sacred essence that connects us to the Creator and to all that exists. My own spiritual journey has taught me a lot about this recognition. There were times when I felt lost, disconnected from my purpose and my essence. However, as I turned to spiritual practices and sought divine guidance, I began to notice signs and synchronicities that directed me towards my true purpose. These personal experiences showed me that when we recognize our divine nature, we find an inexhaustible source of strength, wisdom, and love. One of the first steps to recognizing your divine nature is self-reflection. Ask yourself, who am I beyond this physical body? What is my purpose in this world? Meditate on these questions, allowing the answers to come from within. Often, the answer may not be immediate, but with patience and practice, clarity will emerge. I encourage you to seek out practices that resonate with your essence. Meditation, for example, is a powerful tool that can help you connect with your divine nature. In moments of silence and introspection, you can hear the gentle voice of your soul, guiding you and reminding you of your purpose. Prayer is also fundamental. It doesn't have to follow a rigid format. It can be a sincere conversation with the divine, expressing your desires, fears, and gratitude. Remember that prayer is a two-way street. When speaking, also be open to listening. Recognizing your divine nature is essential to manifesting your purpose. Are you ready for this transformation? The 21-day spiritual challenge is your opportunity to connect deeply with your essence. Find out how to take this crucial step. See the link in the first comment attached. Another important aspect is acceptance. Accept that you are a divine being, even if you sometimes feel imperfect or unworthy. Acceptance of your divine nature doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes, but that you have the capacity to learn and grow from them. Sharing your experiences and insights with others is also a way of recognizing and strengthening your divine nature. By sharing your stories, you not only strengthen your own faith, but also inspire and help others on their own spiritual journeys. In my experience, some of the deepest and most transformative connections I've made have been through sincerely sharing my own spiritual struggles and triumphs. Finally, remember that recognizing your divine nature is an ongoing process. It is a journey of constant expansion and deepening. Always be open to learning, growing, and connecting more and more with the divine within you. You are a chosen one, destined to fulfill a greater purpose. Trust it, embrace it, and let your light shine. Cultivating a deep connection with the divine is fundamental to any spiritual journey. This connection not only strengthens your faith, but also deepens your understanding of your purpose and the universe around you. The key to this connection is the regular practice of meditation, prayer, and other spiritual activities that resonate with your essence. Let's explore each of these practices in more detail. Be open to receiving messages and guidance from higher planes, trusting your intuition and the wisdom of the universe. Openness to receiving messages and guidance from higher planes is a fundamental aspect for anyone seeking a deep and authentic spiritual path. This practice is, in essence, a form of communication with the universe and with one's own soul, allowing ancestral wisdoms and divine insights to illuminate our path. Let's explore how to cultivate this sensitivity and trust in intuition and universal wisdom. Firstly, it is crucial to recognize that the universe is constantly sending signals and messages. These signals can come in many forms: dreams, synchronicities, randomly heard words, intuitive feelings, or even in moments of deep silence. The key is to stay present and aware, so as not to let these signals go unnoticed. The practice of regular meditation can be a powerful tool to calm the mind and open the heart, creating an inner space where these messages can be received clearly. When we talk about intuition, we are referring to a kind of inner voice that we all possess, but often neglect. This voice is a direct expression of our connection with the divine. Trusting in intuition is therefore trusting in the wisdom of the universe that resides within us. However, it is important to differentiate between genuine intuition and thoughts generated by fear or the ego. True intuition is generally calm and subtle, while ego thoughts tend to be loud and urgent. Learning to discern between these two sources of guidance is a skill that develops with practice and self-observation. An inspiring example can be found in the biblical story of Samuel, who from a young age was called by God to a special mission. In 1 Samuel chapter 3, we see how Samuel initially didn't recognize the divine voice, but with the guidance of the priest Eli, he learned to say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant hears." This story teaches us the importance of being open and willing to listen, as well as seeking guidance from mentors who can help us interpret the messages we receive. In addition, it is essential to practice trust in the wisdom of the universe. This means accepting that we won't always immediately understand the meaning of the messages we receive or the course of events in our lives. Sometimes, what seems to be an obstacle or a detour can actually be an essential part of our spiritual growth. Trust in the divine process is an act of faith and surrender, recognizing that there is a greater intelligence guiding our steps. To strengthen this trust, keep a spiritual journal where you can record your intuitions, dreams, and synchronicities. Revisiting these notes over time can reveal patterns and provide clarity about the direction the universe is pointing. The practice of gratitude is also vital. Giving thanks for messages received, even when not immediately understood, opens the heart and attunes the mind to the frequency of love and divine wisdom. In short, being open to receiving messages from higher planes requires a combination of presence, discernment, and trust. Cultivate a state of receptivity through meditation and inner observation, and trust that intuition is a faithful guide that reflects universal wisdom. Remember that you are not alone. The universe is always ready to offer guidance and support. You just have to be willing to listen and trust. Take responsibility for your spiritual growth, constantly seeking to evolve and improve your connection with the divine. Taking responsibility for your spiritual growth is one of the most transformative steps you can take on your journey. This process is not passive. It requires action, commitment, and above all, a genuine desire to evolve. The responsibility is yours, and that is empowering. When you decide to dedicate yourself to your spiritual development, you are affirming to the universe that you are ready to grow, learn, and connect more deeply with the divine. As a spiritual mentor, one of my missions is to guide others on their paths. I myself have gone through many challenges and moments of introspection to get to where I am today. I remember a phase in my life where meditation became a daily practice. Initially, it was difficult to quieten the mind, but with persistence, I learned to listen to the inner voice that we all have. This voice is our divine guide, always present and ready to guide us if we are willing to listen. It's essential that you also find practices that resonate with your essence. This could be meditation, prayer, reading sacred texts, or even walking in nature. The important thing is that these practices help you connect with yourself and the divine. Responsibility for your spiritual growth cannot be outsourced. No one can do this work for you. Masters and guides can show you the way, but the journey is yours. I recommend that you keep a spiritual diary. Write about your experiences, insights, and challenges. This not only clears your mind, but also creates a record of your evolution. When you look back, you can see how much you've grown and recognize the lessons you've learned along the way. A diary is a powerful tool for self-reflection, which is essential for spiritual growth. In addition, it is crucial that you constantly seek knowledge. Attending workshops, reading spiritual books, and even listening to lectures can expand your understanding and open new doors. The quest for knowledge is endless, and each new piece of information can be a catalyst for your growth. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, it says, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you." This verse reminds us that effort, searching, and responsibility are rewarded. Divine wisdom is always available to those who diligently seek it. Don't underestimate the importance of spiritual communities. Being surrounded by people who share the same search can be extremely enriching. In a community, you find support, share experiences, and grow together with others. It's a constant reminder that, although responsibility is individual, spiritual growth can be amplified when we are in communion with other like-minded souls. Finally, remember that your spiritual journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others. Each person has their own rhythm and path. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your small achievements. Taking responsibility for your spiritual growth is an act of self-love and recognition of your own divinity. I encourage you to reflect on what has been said here and to begin or continue your spiritual journey with a renewed sense of purpose and responsibility. Remember, you have the power to transform your life and connect deeply with the divine. And I'm here to guide you whenever you need it. Practice gratitude daily, recognizing the blessings and lessons that the universe provides you with for your spiritual development. The practice of gratitude is one of the most fundamental pillars for spiritual development and for building a full and meaningful life. When we cultivate gratitude on a daily basis, we open our hearts and minds to recognize the blessings and lessons that the universe offers us, creating a virtuous cycle of positivity and spiritual growth. Firstly, gratitude helps us to focus on the present. Often our minds are occupied with worries about the future or regrets about the past. Gratitude brings us back to the present moment where life really happens. By recognizing and appreciating the small and large blessings of now, we begin to understand that each moment is unique and precious. This in itself transforms our perspective and makes us more receptive to the lessons and opportunities that the universe presents us with. What's more, gratitude has the power to change our vibrational frequency, aligning us with higher energies. When we express gratitude, we send a message to the universe that we are open and receptive to more blessings. It's as if we are tuning our emotional and spiritual frequency to attract more things to be grateful for. This change in frequency not only improves our emotional well-being, but also strengthens our connection with the divine. The practice of gratitude also teaches us to see the positive in every situation, even adversity. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going well, but the true power of gratitude manifests itself when we are able to find something positive in the midst of difficulties. Every challenge we face comes with a valuable lesson. Recognizing these lessons as gifts from the universe helps us to grow and evolve spiritually. This doesn't mean ignoring the pain or difficulty, but rather seeking out the learning and transformation that these experiences can bring us. To incorporate gratitude into your daily life, start with simple practices. Take a few minutes every day to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as the smile of a stranger, the song of the birds in the morning, or the health of a loved one. Write these things down in a gratitude journal. This act of writing helps to solidify these feelings in your mind and heart. Another powerful practice is to express gratitude directly to the people around you. Say thank you sincerely and explain why you are grateful. This gesture not only strengthens your relationships, but also creates a positive current that can spread beyond you. Gratitude can also be integrated into your spiritual practices. During meditation or prayer, take a moment to thank the divine for all the blessings you have received. Visualize these blessings as a light that fills your being and expands to the world around you. Remember Paul's words in I Thessalonians 5:18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. This verse reminds us that gratitude is an expression of our faith and trust in the divine, regardless of the circumstances. In short, the daily practice of gratitude is a powerful tool for spiritual development. It keeps us grounded in the present, raises our vibrational frequency, and teaches us to find lessons in adversity. By recognizing and appreciating the blessings that the universe provides, we open our hearts to a continuous cycle of spiritual growth and evolution. Gratitude is undoubtedly one of the keys to a fuller, more spiritual life. Cultivate compassion and unconditional love, both for yourself and for others, recognizing the divinity in each being. Compassion and unconditional love are fundamental to spiritual growth and the realization of a divine purpose. They are the purest expressions of the divine that dwell within us and connect us in a profound way with the universe and with other beings. Cultivating these qualities is a path to recognizing the divinity in every being, including ourselves. Firstly, it is essential to understand that compassion begins with oneself. We are often our harshest critics, and this constant self-criticism can distance us from our divine essence. Jesus teaches in Matthew 22:39, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." This verse reminds us that the love and compassion we offer to others must begin within us. When we treat each other with kindness, patience, and understanding, we create an inner space where our soul can flourish. Accepting our flaws and imperfections allows us to grow and evolve spiritually. Compassion for others is equally vital. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that every person we meet is fighting their own battles. By practicing compassion, we tune in to the needs and suffering of others, offering support and empathy. Buddha taught, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." This practice connects us to human suffering in a profound way, allowing us to see beyond appearances and recognize the divine essence in each individual. Unconditional love is the highest expression of love because it doesn't set conditions or expectations. It is a love that accepts, welcomes, and understands. The Apostle Paul describes this love in I Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, kind. Love does not burn with jealousy, is not proud, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, does not seek its own interests, is not grieved, does not resent evil, does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. This love is the essence of the divine in us, and by cultivating it, we become channels of divine energy. To cultivate compassion and unconditional love, it's important to develop practices that help us keep these qualities alive in our hearts. Compassion-based meditation, such as the practice of metta, kind love, can be a powerful path. In it, we start by sending loving thoughts to ourselves and gradually expand this positive energy to include family, friends, acquaintances, and eventually, all beings. The daily practice of expressing gratitude can also nurture compassion and unconditional love. By recognizing the blessings in our lives and the acts of kindness we receive, we become more aware of the good things around us and more inclined to offer kindness to others. In addition, the simple act of actively listening and being present for others can be a powerful manifestation of compassion. When we listen without judgment, we create a space where the other feels valued and understood, strengthening our spiritual connection. By cultivating compassion and unconditional love, we become living reflections of the divine, spreading light and love wherever we go. Recognizing the divinity in every being is a constant reminder that we are all interconnected and that our actions, words, and thoughts have a profound impact on the world around us. Be willing to face challenges and overcome obstacles, knowing that every difficulty is an opportunity for spiritual growth. My dear ones, it is with a heart full of compassion and wisdom that I speak to you about one of the most crucial aspects of the spiritual journey: the willingness to face challenges and overcome obstacles. This path is not paved with ease, but with lessons that allow us to evolve and get closer to the divine. Challenges are inevitable and an integral part of the human experience. However, it is essential to recognize them not as punishments or mere difficulties, but as divinely orchestrated opportunities for our spiritual growth. Life, in its infinite wisdom, presents us with obstacles so that we can develop resilience, patience, and faith. Let's reflect on the words of James chapter 1, verse 12. "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been tested, he will receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him." This verse reminds us that perseverance in the face of difficulties is rewarded with spiritual growth and blessings. When we face challenges, it's crucial to change our perspective. Instead of asking ourselves, "Why is this happening to me?" we should ask ourselves, "What can I learn from this?" Every obstacle is a teacher in disguise, bringing lessons that are essential to our evolution. Embracing this mindset allows us to transform adversity into tools for self-discovery and enlightenment. The practice of meditation and prayer can be a powerful ally in these moments. They give us the clarity and strength we need to face challenges with serenity and wisdom. During meditation, connect with your inner self and seek guidance from the divine. Allow the stillness of the mind to reveal answers and paths that might not have been visible amidst the whirlwind of emotions. It is also important to remember that we are not alone on this journey. The spiritual community, made up of mentors, guides, and fellow travelers, is here to support us. Don't hesitate to seek guidance and share your difficulties. Sometimes a word of comfort or wise advice can make all the difference. And in times of pain and suffering, remember the words of Romans chapter 8, verse 18. "For I am persuaded that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." This verse offers us a hopeful perspective, reminding us that current difficulties are temporary and serve a greater purpose. Facing challenges with courage and faith strengthens our connection with the divine. Every battle won, every obstacle overcome, brings us closer to our true essence and the greater purpose we were destined for. So embrace the challenges with an open heart and a serene mind, knowing that you are being guided and protected. I conclude with an appeal to your spirit. See challenges as steps on the ladder of spiritual evolution. Each step, however difficult, is an advance towards light, love, and divine wisdom. May we, together, face and overcome life's obstacles, transforming each difficulty into an opportunity for growth and enlightenment. May the peace and strength of the divine always be with you. Seek the guidance of spiritual masters, mentors, and guides who can help you expand your consciousness and deepen your spiritual practice. Seeking guidance from spiritual masters, mentors, and guides is an essential step on any spiritual journey. No one crosses the path to enlightenment alone. We need those who have walked the road before us to show us the way and help illuminate our doubts and uncertainties. On my own journey, I have been blessed to meet masters who have helped me expand my consciousness and deepen my spiritual practice. I'd like to share some of the valuable lessons I've learned from them and encourage you to do the same. When I was at the beginning of my spiritual journey, I found myself lost in a sea of information and diverse practices. It was then that I met my first mentor, a wise and kind man who taught me the importance of daily meditation and inner silence. He said, "Silence is not empty. It is full of answers." By spending time in silent contemplation, I learned to listen to the soft voice of my own intuition and connect more deeply with the divine. Another crucial aspect I learned is the practice of humility. Spiritual masters are not just teachers. They are mirrors that reflect our own limitations and potential. On one occasion, a mentor challenged me to face a deep fear that I had carried for years. This challenge wasn't easy, but with his guidance, I was able to turn it into a powerful lesson in courage and self-knowledge. As a result, my connection with the divine became stronger and clearer. It's also vital to remember that seeking spiritual guidance is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Recognizing that we don't know everything and that we need help is an act of humility and spiritual maturity. In Proverbs 11:14 it says, "Where there is no guidance, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety." Surrounding yourself with spiritual guides and mentors is one way to ensure that you are on the right path, receiving the necessary guidance for your growth. It's also vital to remember that seeking spiritual guidance is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Recognizing that we don't know everything and that we need help is an act of humility and spiritual maturity. In Proverbs 11:14 it says, "Where there is no guidance, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety." Surrounding yourself with spiritual guides and mentors is one way to ensure that you are on the right path, receiving the necessary guidance for your growth. I encourage you to seek out teachers and mentors who resonate with your essence and values. Attend retreats, read books by renowned spiritual authors, listen to lectures, and above all, be open to learning. Each mentor who crosses your path will have something unique to offer, something that can help you expand your consciousness and deepen your spiritual practice. In short, seeking guidance from spiritual masters is an enriching practice that can transform your spiritual journey. Just as I have found masters who have enlightened my path, you too can find those who will guide you to a greater understanding and connection with the divine. Remember, the spiritual journey is continuous, and with the help of mentors and guides, you can reach levels of consciousness and enlightenment you never imagined possible. Stand firm in your faith and trust in the divine, even in times of uncertainty and difficulty, knowing that you are guided and protected. Standing firm in your faith and trust in the divine, especially during times of uncertainty and difficulty, can be one of the greatest challenges of the spiritual journey. However, it is also one of the most important practices for growing and strengthening our connection with the divine. Faith is not just an abstract feeling, it is a vital force that drives us forward, even when the path seems hazy and uncertain. In many spiritual traditions, trust in the divine is seen as an anchor that keeps us stable in the face of life's storms. In Psalm 23, for example, we find the famous passage, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me." This scripture reminds us that even in the darkest moments, we are not alone. The divine presence accompanies us, offering consolation and guidance. When we face difficulties, our faith is often put to the test. At such times, it is essential to remember that each challenge carries with it an opportunity for growth and transformation. The obstacles we encounter are not punishments, but lessons in disguise. They invite us to look inwards, to question our limiting beliefs, and to expand our understanding of the divine and of ourselves. It is natural that in times of crisis, feelings of doubt and fear arise. These feelings are not signs of weakness, but of humanity. The important thing is not to allow these emotions to overwhelm us. Instead, we can use them as springboards to deepen our faith. The practice of meditation and prayer can be especially useful at these times. They allow us to silence the mind and listen to the serene voice of the divine within us. Remember the story of Job in the Bible. He faced immeasurable loss and deep suffering, but he never lost his faith in God. In Job chapter 38, verse 4, God asks, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth?" This question is a powerful reminder that our vision is limited and that there is a greater plan at work, far beyond what we can comprehend. Furthermore, it is crucial to surround ourselves with a supportive spiritual community. Sharing our experiences and hearing the testimonies of others who have overcome similar challenges can be a source of great encouragement. Spiritual teachers and mentors can also offer valuable insights and practical guidance to help us navigate difficult times. Ultimately, faith in the divine is an act of surrender. It is recognizing that although we may not have all the answers, we are being guided by infinite wisdom. This trust allows us to release control and make room for the divine to operate in our lives in ways we may not be able to predict or understand. So stand firm. In moments of uncertainty and difficulty, remember that you are guided and protected. The strength you seek already resides within you, and the divine is always present, offering its light and unconditional love. Trust in this process and know that at every step of the journey, you are being taken exactly where you need to be. Share your light and wisdom with the world, becoming a beacon of love and compassion for those seeking the spiritual path. Sharing your light and wisdom with the world is not just an act of kindness, but a spiritual responsibility that we should all embrace. As a spiritual mentor, I have seen the profound impact that sharing knowledge and love can have on people's lives. When you become a beacon of love and compassion, you not only light your own path, but also guide others on their spiritual journey. I remember an experience I had a few years ago when I met a young woman who was going through a major spiritual crisis. She felt lost and disconnected from the divine. As I shared some of my own spiritual experiences and practices with her, I saw a remarkable transformation in her life. It wasn't just the act of sharing that made the difference, but the genuine intention to help and the compassion I transmitted. This taught me that when we share our light, we are not only giving, but also receiving in return. The first step in sharing your light is to recognize that you are a being of immense potential and wisdom. We all have an inner light that, when cultivated and expressed, can bring healing and guidance to ourselves and others. Think about how many times you have been inspired by someone sharing their story or wisdom. Imagine the impact you can have by doing the same. To be a beacon of love and compassion, it is essential that you are in a state of balance and harmony. Practices such as meditation, prayer, and daily reflection are fundamental to keeping your energy high and your mind clear. When you are connected to your divine essence, your light shines more brightly, and you become a channel through which the divine can operate. In addition, it is important to practice empathy and compassion in all your interactions. Remember Jesus' words in Matthew chapter 22, verse 39. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. This commandment reminds us of the importance of treating others with the same love and respect that we wish for ourselves. When we act with love and compassion, we create an environment where light can flourish and expand. Sharing your light also means being authentic and vulnerable. Don't be afraid to show your imperfections and challenges. Vulnerability creates a genuine connection and allows others to see that they are not alone in their struggles. As Brené Brown said, vulnerability is the essence of emotional connection. When you share your own journeys and learnings, you offer hope and inspiration to those who are facing similar situations. Finally, remember that sharing your light doesn't have to be a grand or public act. Small gestures of kindness, words of encouragement, and acts of service can have a profound impact. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to creating a more loving and compassionate world. As Mother Teresa said, we cannot do great things, only small things, with great love. I invite you to reflect on how you can share your light and wisdom with the world. What unique talents and knowledge do you possess that can benefit others? How can you incorporate more love and compassion into your daily interactions? By becoming a beacon of love and compassion, you not only transform your own life, but also light the way for many others. May your journey be blessed, and may your light shine brightly.